Hi, I'm Steve Miller of AskSlim.com. I just a few days ago had an email from somebody asking me about longer term investing for gold and silver stocks and how I decide which stocks are in good shape and which stocks may not be so. I said it to him, I think I'm going to make a video for you, and what I'm going to do right now is share with you what I shared with him because I thought it was just incredibly interesting. And we're in a period now, I think, that is very important for gold and silver. So I wanted to show him, since such a key important part of what we do is look at momentum, how we do that for investors using one of our tools with our built-in algorithms, the Slimulator momentum tracker. So I'm going to share that with you now and just show you what I showed him as far as the gold and silver stocks go. And I think you're going to find this pretty interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Ask Slim website right over here, and this is the main page. And what I'm going to look at right now is are these nav bars. There's a nav bar up here, and I'm going to go to my workbench right over there and switch over to my workbench, and that's essentially the hub for our members, depending on what level they're at. And we're going to take a look here, and we're going to look at the momentum tracker. You could see it right there. I'm highlighting that. And I'm going to bring the momentum tracker up for you to see. This is a fantastic tool, the Slimulator momentum tracker. And I'm going to go into select a watch list, and I'm going to choose in there. We have canned watch lists. And what I'm looking for are the precious metals. You can see that right there, and I'm going to select that, and I'm going to bring the precious metals in. So this is unbelievable because what we have in here is a short-term, intermediate-term, and long-term momentum conditions programmed in based on our algorithms. And actually what you could see here in this group is that 47% of them are overall bullish on the directional bias, and 26% of them are in negative condition. 26 neutral, so it's almost 2-to-1 positive when you look at that. But his question was about directional bias. So I'm going to go over here to directional bias, and you can see I can scroll on that. What's really incredibly interesting when I look at this is that the ones that have powerful momentum all the way across, like First Majestic Silver, long-term, intermediate, and short-term, they throw off a directional bias. It's a sum of the evidence right in here that is very bullish. And you could see that, very bullish. CDE, very bullish. Endeavor Silver, Hecla Mining, PAS. These are all silver stocks. That's incredible. The ones that have maintained positive momentum through all of this movement that we've seen in there, just been absolutely great. I'll scroll down a little bit, and you can see what's in there is SLV, which is the silver ETF, of course, and then Fortuna. And then when you go into like Eldorado Gold, it's slightly bullish, and you could see the momentum conditions on the right starting to change as they've gone basically to neutral as you get into the gold stocks. When I switch the directional bias here and go to looking for stocks that are negative, and let me just get the negative ones come up there. You can see in here that the only one that's really very bearish is GOLD, and that one has continued to give weaker prices. And you can see negative conditions exist here for gold. Now we're looking at a 3-month plus outlook when we look at that, but it still gives us the present sum of the evidence that we look at this. There's lots of things you can do. We can look at some charts in there and some other stuff. So this is an amazing way to look at a little longer term perspective of momentum conditions. So because he asked me about gold and silver, I kind of wanted to show you in here how this comes out. And you can see some of the other gold stocks. AGI, AUY, GLD, which is the gold ETF, NEM. Those are slightly bearish conditions that we see going on. You can also scan on this in other ways. Right now, this shows the directional bias ratio. But if I look at the short term right in there, I'll switch it over to short term, and you can see that this pie chart shows you it's a pretty good. It's improved when you look at the short term. That these are starting to get a little bit better in the group. So we're looking at that group. You can look at all kinds of groups in here or individual stocks. But that's what I told him in the silver stocks and gold stocks, that you can see that very clearly as I switch back over to directional bias right there. Those silver stocks just so unbelievably strong all the way across the board. And you could see the outlook as that's the output from the sum of the evidence. Is strong positive conditions suggest minor declines and higher prices in all of these silver stocks. And then when you switch over to the ones that are a little more negative, weak negative conditions suggest failed rallies and lower prices. And then when they get to be a little bit more neutral, we're kind of waiting for confirmations in there. But this is all built into that. And I wanted to share that with you because I thought it was just very, very interesting and just super information for our people that are interested in our website. Whoops, I'm switching over to other things in here. I kind of want to show you the main page in here. So let's just go to the main page right there. And if you're interested in that, in the momentum tracker and other things that we do, I'm just scrolling down to membership options right here. That's available on level 1, right? And we have a huge deal right now for level 1, $14.95 a month. And what do you get with that? Well, you get the Slimulator momentum tracker that I just showed you in there. Plus, you also get our Market Week show and archive, the workbench, as you saw, which has unbelievable planning in there for trade planning and organizing your trades. And you also get our stock index report weekly and our ETF report weekly. Fantastic information that you get. And if you take it for 3 months, it's $30. So can you imagine $10 a month for that kind of great information showing you how to use that momentum tracker? I don't know of an easier way for you to really get a sense for how to use that information. Again, that was the gold and silver stocks, and this is the special we're running. Slimulator, momentum tracker, and all of that other great information that you can get. Plus, actually, we do live shows also once every couple of weeks, and you'll be invited to some of those, or you'll get our free replays on that. So, great stuff. If you have any questions on that, write Matt at AskSlim.com, and he'll be able to give you more information. And sign up for $30. It's just amazing. And you'll be able to have that momentum tracker and our other great reports that you get weekly from us. So that's it. I hope you come to AskSlim.com.